welcome to a bonus bit of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Now I say bonus bit because I don't know how long this part's going to be, but I thought I'd do one last upload before I go away on holiday. This might not be the last upload that I do, but we shall see. So, how do I get out of this building again? Nope. Do it again. No, still not. Yeah, so you just saw a little big break cut across, just straight ahead from the room. You will notice that in a lot of the inns, the rooms are made to be as basically as easy to navigate as possible. Though the room available to you is the most accessible one. So, we're going to find this NPC that we spoke to. So in a recap, we've now joined the Blades, we've closed down an Oblivion Gate, well, 2 Oblivion Gates. We're now going to learn about a bit of a prank that's been played on people.
How would you like to get my husband Gogan out of hot water?
Not really.
Believe me, he'll need all the help he can get to worm his way out of this one. To think he'd fall for the gang's scheme. Oh, I could kill him. I'm sorry. I'm rambling, and you look confused. Let me explain.
As I often do. You know, whenever people think about dialogue boxes in games and player agency, think about this box right here. About how this is necessary and unnecessary. Morrowind did this as well. With, like, continue. Because it just used to give you walls of text. There was virtually no voice acting.
The women in the gang use their wiles to lure men out to some remote location and rob them blind. It's been going on for some time now. The city guard hasn't done very much about it, because frankly, the men who are robbed are so embarrassed they don't want to report it. Take, for example, that good-for-nothing husband of mine, Gogan. He cared more about their charms than my own. When Gogan was, with the women, they took something quite valuable from him. No, it's not what you're thinking. He was carrying a precious family heirloom with him when he was lured out to their lair. It was a small ring given to him on our wedding day. The ring belonged to my mother and has been in the family for generations. I'm willing to give you all the money I have to get it back. 100 gold. Can you help us?
100 gold isn't a lot.
Thank you. I'm afraid I can't offer you much help, but I'll do what I can.
But it'll help.
March Gulit is a dangerous one. He teaches mages about the destruction school of magic. All I can tell you is that the best place to start is at the Flowing Bowl. It's a tavern located outside the city walls near the waterfront. Gogan may be able to give you more information beyond that. The Flowing Bowl attracts the worst Anvil has to offer.
So, we've got to find out about this gang who's been robbing from pretty much men exclusively.
Good afternoon.
We could find out more from Gogan, but he's indoors, and, well, we're not allowed to break in, because that's socially unacceptable. So, gotta go to the Flame Bowl. Oops.
Hello, what is it? Good afternoon. Anyone looking for work should... Welcome to the Flowing Bowl. I'm Mainlorn. My twin's name is Cainlorn. How to tell us apart? I'm in brown, he's in blue. Simple, really.
Super stuff.
They say that when you murder...
I've already heard that rumour.
The Count went missing about 10 years ago. No one knows what happened to him. Lady Milona rules County Anvil. Her ladyship has no intention of remarrying. Liked her first Count well enough, I guess, and doesn't fancy a replacement.
We will find out where
Good
he
day.
went eventually.
I see. Good day. I'm Thurendil, son of Julianos and Mohititona, Queen of Akavir. These slugs climbing my spine itch something fierce. Like to dance?
think this man's been to the Shearing Isles.
Mother's coming for me in the dragon ships. I don't like these itchy clothes, but I have to wear them or it frightens the fish. I swear that when I passed by Benerus Manor last night, I heard someone scream from inside. Velwyn Benerus will never sell that death trap. How
You
are
too.
you? You closed the gate. How did you do it?
Oh.
We can't thank you enough.
You might recognise this gentleman from the previous episodes. He was in Kvatch when the city was besieged by the Daedra.
Best way to take out a skeleton is with a big weapon. Forget spells. Just smack 'em and watch the bones fly.
Said by a man who did not flee
Goodbye.
from Kvatch when the Daedra came. True warrior. Oh, actually, right, okay, let's wait about the flagpole of it.
What?
We'll take a seat in front of the fire. And we'll wait a fair while for attention.
Greetings. What exactly do you require? Greetings to you.
What's going
Do
on
you
with you?
believe any? Welcome to the Flowing Bowl. I'm Cainlord.
Fair enough.
Best shops in Anvil? Norbert Lels handles rare books, exotic ingredients, and gems. And they have fine weapons at Morvane's Peacemakers.
So I think we can actually skip past.
They say that... Good day.
Hello there.
Absolutely.
Part
They
with
say
Gorgon,
that when you
but
murder
maybe not.
someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes
Or
to you in
Gorgon,
your
rather.
sleep. It's how they recruit new members.
I'm a Solden, mate. Not that it's any of your business. Crazy as a rat in a cat box. Just leave him alone. He's not hurting anybody. Good news from Kvatch for a change. The last of the Daedra have been driven out.
Nice to hear some rumours.
I had
Farewell.
no
It's a shame that the rumours don't stay around for very
Hello.
long.
Hello there. Hi.
Yeah, like after a few days, eventually people
What do you
stop
want?
mentioning them.
Have you heard about Kvatch? They say that Deirdre came from Oblivion and burned the whole city to the ground.
Even when there's no new news as such.
See, my wife couldn't keep a big mouth shut.
Good grief.
Yes, it's true. I lost the family ring to those sirens. I'm ashamed about the whole incident, but not ashamed enough to ask for your help. I was sitting in the flowing bowl when the most fetching Nordwoman you've ever seen walked in with an equally attractive Imperial woman following. After we exchanged words, I followed them out to a farmhouse. Inside, they asked me to remove my clothes and items. Well, I did. And then suddenly they brandished weapons and robbed me. They sent me away with barely a stitch of clothing, harlots. Just please, help me get that ring back. I want to save what's left of my marriage. Sorry, I'm new in town. Don't know a soul.
When people say this,
Sorry, I'm new in town. Don't know a soul.
that's usually
I'm really a man. How could I resist? What a mess I've got.
usually a bad thing. It means that that character is going to be a bit important later on when the Mythic Dawn make themselves known.
Interesting. They say that when
So
you
basically,
murder
I just gotta sit and wait here.
the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they...
We'll say wait a minute.
Good evening. What's going on? I
Signy
saw
wants to
Mother Crab
talk
a
to
couple
you.
of days ago.
I think you'll like what she has to say.
If you can't see the names
I haven't seen you.
in the corner, oh yes you can, yeah, just there. I guarantee.
Well, if you're up, you look like just what we need. I'll tell you what.
If I just move the camera, yeah, name's a bit of a giveaway as to what her role in this is.
Much better. I'll mark it down on your map just so you won't forget where to find us. Meet us there around 11 o'clock. I can promise you a night of fun you won't soon forget.
Night of fun.
Do I really have to spell it out for you? You're a man, and I'm a woman with a certain desire. You figure out the rest.
Good day.
Hi there.
Take
I
care.
just kill them now. They're not
Good to
essential
see.
NPCs, but we've actually got to frame them in the act. So, do we have to go to Gogan? No, we can go out. So, go out through the city. It's about 11 now. A light spell. Let's make our way to the farmhouse. Now, I want you guys to know that this is not the sole reason why I've taken hand-to-hand combat. Although it would be pretty amusing if I did. This could be useful. There we are. So I now have a bound bow, but I have no ammunition for it. Great. So I might be able to keep the helmet on. So conjuration would be a useful skill for this as well, because then you could keep the helmet, or summon new armor when you are disrobed. So as we're having a nice, pleasant stroll, it's not the most ideal time, but I will talk about it because and it no doubt will come up again in the future. But I want to talk briefly about why The Elder Scrolls Oblivion is one of the best role-playing games of its time. Because The Elder Scrolls came out in 1994, I want to say, or 1994, with Arena. And during development, it was originally meant to be like a game that would focus on going to each different city's arenas, fighting them, and eventually becoming the Grand Champion. Something you can sort of do in this game, except it's all in the Imperial City. So you had that, and it did incredibly well. The Elder Scrolls was not necessarily a household name in terms of RPGs, but it definitely stood amongst its peers, along with Might and Magic, along with Baldur's Gate, Fallout, the original CRPG, not the first-person shooter that you know it as today. Yeah, it stood amongst its peers quite well. And Bethesda had had a history of basically releasing, well, ambitious games. We won't say good games as such. They excelled in doing like open worlds and things like that, but that came at the cost, as we saw in Daggerfall, of competence, competent writing. No, not competent writing. Sorry, competent programming, where plot essential dungeons. We still have the Morrowind music, even though I uninstalled it. I'll look into further fixes. And eventually then you have Morrowind, and Morrowind's only real competition was things like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, ARPG, or Dungeon Siege, again.
I see you
ARPG.
took us up on our offer. Good. I'm glad to see you. Sydney will be along shortly. I'm sure we can find something to do while we wait. Now, we can't have you standing there all uncomfortable in clothes. Why don't you take everything off and place it there on the table?
Now I wonder if this person's called Faustina, because it's a Faustian bargain. Who knows?
What? What are you talking about? Don't you want to have fun? Come on, don't be shy. Or are you here for something else?
I can't actually submit. Oh.
Damn, I knew it. You're working for the city guard, aren't you? I didn't think they would be stupid enough to send someone alone. But so be it. I should have known after I fenced that stupid ring and discovered it was a fake. Worthless. All part of the guard's plan, I suppose. Okay, girls. We got someone who doesn't want to cooperate.
Now, hold on a second. I will cooperate. But... we're doing this my way.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed.
Fun mud crap.
My intelligence is being drained. No, I think it was drained right about the time I made this decision. Knowing this was a ruse, I refused.
We had a feeling you'd be surprised when you saw us in our real uniforms. I see you have a puzzled look on your face. Ask away.
I like this bloke back here. This might well be Gauguin, I'm not sure. But this person here has just got like the Mike Wazowski face on them. Yeah.
Gauguin and I are really members of the Anvil City Watch. I suppose you could say we work undercover. We've been trying to foil Faustina's gang
taking that a
for
bit
months
too
now.
literally.
Every time we tried to interview a man who was lured there, they refused to talk. The women in the gang picked married men to seduce for just that reason. It was decided the only way to stop this gang was to send in a stranger. You fit the bill perfectly. It's a shame it had to end in so much violence. But someone was bound to get hurt sooner or later. We'll clean up the mess. Don't concern yourself about it. I'm sure you had no choice. If you ever find yourself back in Anvil, stop by any time and say hello. Oh, and please say nothing to anyone about our true identities. You've done well, and here's the reward that I promised.
So it's a nice little fun quest.
Don't spend all the money from the reward in one place.
Got a lot to do here. We can talk later in Anvil. A little busy right now. Got your mess to clean up.
Steady on. What do you mean, my mess? So you endangered a civilian. And came only afterwards. After I
Sorry,
essentially
can't
acted in
talk right now.
self-defense. I have to say, it is a nice building. Now I wonder what's down here. Oh, hello. Heinrich's pants and shirts and Pinner's shirt. Oh my word. So this is all the stuff that belongs to the men who we've been stealing from. Oakenhall heirloom. Pinner's surprise. Minotaur horn. I wonder if I can return these things. I can't wait to see you tonight. My every day is spent thinking about you when we'll next be together. Soon we will be married and we can be together forever. That's a note that you might find in a few places. Might be able to say that. I don't know if I can actually return these things, but it's nice to have some named objects. What's the Argonian made? Will we read it? Not tonight. Some other time, maybe. Sweet cake. Not sweet roll. Sweet cake. I think we've just about explored this place.
Got a lot to do here. We can talk later in Anvil.
Right. And And there we have it. That's a little side quest done. I shall reclothe myself. Nice. Missing anything else? QRS and that'll do for the time being. Right. So we could do with training up a bit, I think. So I got 700 gold. Do with learning a new skill. And the game's crashed. Right, but you know what? I'm not ready to give up there. So let's boot this up again. So, as I was saying about Oblivion, then you had like Morrowind, after Daggerfall, after Redguard, after however many other games there were. You had Morrowind, and its primary competition was Gothic, the European role-playing game, which is quite janky. And it was a much smaller world and scope. But what it did incredibly well. And yeah, the devs knew what they were doing with that. But Oblivion was working on much more reputation. It was the first fully 3D Elder Scrolls game, I think, besides Redguard. But like numbered entries, I think, tend to do much better anyway. I forgot to put my clothes back on. You had Morrowind come out, and then and like the consoles were fairly starved of RPGs. You had Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, you had Dungeon Siege, you had, I think, maybe Divine Divinity. But beyond that, not a whole lot else. Oh, hang on a second, I think this is a mod. I'm fairly certain this is part of a mod. Ooh, lots of alchemy stuff. What's in here? Sapling Manor. Shepherd's Pie. Not often you see that in the game. And Sweet Roll. It was Sweet Cake, wasn't it, that I found earlier? Sweet Cake, yeah. Sweet Roll and Sweet Cake. So there is two, my apologies. I'll have a look around a bit. Oh, hello.
Well met. Go ahead, please. Goodbye.
Gardens. Rand Dwemer. Wild Elves. Another rare book. This is definitely part of a mod. I can't think of any other explanation. I think it's like an alchemy house thing. I think this is when I was doing like an alchemy build. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can make something. What else do we get? We've got primrose leaves. Yeah, let's do it. No, let's not. Yeah, let's do it. Let's be chaotic. Right. A potion which I will probably very quickly forget. Yeah, okay, so I'm not a good enough alchemist to do much more with that at the moment. So, that's my way out. Yeah, because yeah, that is part of a mod, I think, because I'm fairly certain I could just walk along here and get back to the docks this way. So that there is the castle of Castle Anvil. This takes us into the city, or...
What is it?
Yep, this takes us to the city.
Greetings.
Still no sign of the Knights of the Nine yet. Fair enough. So, let's find somewhere to train and rest up. Except I can't train with the Mages Guild because I haven't joined them yet. Don't really want to learn marksmanship. I guess it just means going back to here, to the Gottshire Inn, renting a room, resting up, and learning more skills.
Hi there. I hope I can help. In the west, in old Colovia, that's where men are men. That's the Gold Coast, West Weald, and Colovian Highlands. Knowledge is power. I can show... I'm willing
I'm
to
not going to learn much more at that level.
have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
But I can sell off all these plants that I've just bought.
That-
Picked up rather.
That... You drive... You got a great deal. You got... You've... A...
Suppose I could, perhaps, as a money spinner, go and do some dungeons,
You
do some
drive...
caves, and then I can focus more on talking to you guys.
That seems a fair price. A good price. Thank you. I can show you some new things. Good day.
Yeah, let's find a dungeon and let's do here. So getting back to nothing. Just monument. So yeah, so then you had Morand, and then you had Oblivion. Now, Oblivion was the oh, nice silver. So then you had Oblivion, and Oblivion was like the only game on the Xbox 360, well, only role-playing game on Xbox 360. It was damn near the only game on Xbox 360 at the time, and it had, and this helped the Xbox get a head start on the PlayStation 3. And because the PlayStation 3 was in development for more time, it spent like a year longer in the oven, I think. And oh, nice apprentice gear now. So statue to Molybal. Oh, I don't want bloody night. No, don't want that either. I want the nightshade. I'm determined to get this fucking nightshade. In fact, there. Thank you. So, Oblivion was one of the few.
Yeah.
RPGs available, and that made it a lot easier for people to pick the Xbox 360 up immediately because, well, it was a sequel to a very popular game. Morrowind was a massive open world game, fully 3D as well, so even if it was smaller than Daggerfall or any other of the older games, it was full 3D rather than like 2D sprites and stuff. So it had that going for it. And then Oblivion was like the only RPG on the market really at the time for the new generation of systems. It looked amazing for the time. It offered a lot of promise, although it didn't really offer quite as much as Morrowind. It was essentially like more of the same but more streamlined. It came out to rave reviews, and even if like today it gets a lot of scorn, understandably so, and it's not as desirable as it may have once been. So there's a lot of poison in there, but I don't know how to deactivate it. Okay, let's keep going. Let's have a torch. Any switches? Any buttons to press? Anything? Not that I can see. Let's have a look at the local map. So if I go back, there's a bit of a corner that I haven't quite really explored yet. Back here. Okay. Okay. The area maps are gorgeous as well. So the game was a lot more streamlined. It offered fewer weapon choices. It offered, like spell creation was not really something you could just do. It's like you had to progress in the major skill to sort of learn that sort of thing. Nice. Dwarven maces already. Ooh, sneak. Choose a sneak, I'll have that. An necromancer sword, I'll have that as well. So I can be all dark and sinister. Ooh, very fancy. Other shoes of sneak. All the equipment that I need there, unless I need a retort as well, but I've already got one. Ah! Calcinator. There we go. Need to drop some stuff now. Ernest's fancy pants. Well, I think we'll drop high-mix stuff because it's not as fancy, although that's not heavy. You can cosplay as Ernest for a while. Whoever Ernest is, I don't know. Let's drop some of the stuff. Unless we actually do some alchemy. So the more of this equipment you have, the more quality potion, the higher quality potion you can make, I think. Can we do anything with the fire salts? No. Sweet cake, sweet roll, and aloe vera. Mmm, yum. We can make a potion of restore fatigue. Yeah, so... what else? Let's eat something that's... There we go. Still over encumbered. Gotta eat something else, or drop something. In fact... That's not quite within reach. There we are. It's time to drop some stuff. Let's drop that. No, let's keep it. Let's keep it until we get it into a house. What else can we drop? Silver bowl. Yeah, we don't need that. There we go. But these stones weigh about 1 each, so I have to seriously look at getting rid of some stuff. The Lunar Vulcan. Let's have a look at that. I think that's a skill book. Yes, alteration. Let's put my helmet back on. Don't need my boots anymore. See, I'm knocking those things back off there, but the problem is I'm not actually able to pick them up again. Oh, is this the entire dungeon? It looks as though it may well be. Any more switches? I think I will get one of those magicka stones actually. I'll be right back. Yeah, because as far as I'm aware, we've faced the boss. So yeah, so going back to Oblivion for a moment. Oh, nice. What are my weakest ones? My weaker potions. Oh, I can just drop some parts. Damage fatigue, it doesn't matter. So Oblivion was like king of the hill, and remained the king of the hill for a good long while, because other games were trying to come about. You had games like Two Worlds, which journalists were jerking themselves silly over. And the thing is that Two Worlds, yeah, it had more skills. It had a bigger world. It had more stuff, I guess. Yeah, it had absolutely more quests. And it was like more typical fantasy. But was it good? Now, I enjoyed Two Worlds, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily a good game. It certainly had, and the thing is that it was not a bit behind on the times, but like just as like Oblivion had kind of like popularized the idea of quest markers, other games were like, they hadn't sort of added them to their games. And so like, I mean, it's like quest tracking was not as quick as Oblivion, and if it's not as quick as Oblivion, a game that has now started basically to set habits and all this sort of thing.
Armor, weapons, I have it all. How may I help you?
That can be a bit of a problem. Get rid of the shard stuff, or get rid of that stuff because I'm not going to use it. I don't want to get rid of the Kvatch cuirass.
That's more. be seeing you. Enelroth, Morvain's apprentice. The Fighters Guild. Varel Morvay's been a good master. I like the town and the people. No reason why I wouldn't want to be here for many years. Just like the master.
I wonder why he's an essential NPC.
Good day.
And he isn't. Right, let's find someone who can teach us some stuff. In fact, I wonder if Panaris of Indias is in, and I might be able to return his breastplate. I doubt it, but it might be worth a go. I wonder if his wife's got anything to say about it.
Inaris Inventius, hunter, woodsman, and marksman at your service.
Oh.
I saw a big statue of Malakath, west of Fort Such, west of the Gold Road to Hammerfell. It looked like Daedra worshippers to me.
Sometimes NPCs will have will explore the world, or they'll know about Daedra shrines that you can visit.
Plenty of deer, wolf, boar, mountain lion, bear in the county. Just need to know where to look for them.
You can usually look for them at higher levels.
Rufrius Vinicius is good with his fists. I've seen him in action, and it's impressive.
He must be in town.
I'm
then,
willing
if he's
to
talking about
teach, if you're willing to learn. Farewell.
Nice recipe there. Shopping list. Yeah, you'll find all sorts of miscellaneous crap in the world.
Do you need something?
I'm wondering where I can find this Rufrius chap, because I've never actually heard of him before. Those skill trainers here, that's Benares.
Go ahead, please.
Or Velwyn, rather.
The shipmaster, Heinrich Oakenhull, has a wood elf for a wife. I'd rather sleep with my horse.
Right.
Bye.
What do you want? I feel sorry for Norbert Lels. He's a good man, but he gets taken in so easily. You too.
In fact, I wonder if there's a guard who can tell me.
Afternoon.
Ah, cool.
My name's Quillweave. I've had some success selling stories about the lives of the lower and criminal classes. I'm willing to teach if you're willing to learn. Between the sailors and shipmen of the port and my little local circle of friends, I have plenty of yarns for knitting up my tales. I've been hearing disturbing tales about Oblivion gates opening all across Cyrodiil. I hope it's just wild talk.
Quillweave has written a couple of books and I think a couple of articles as well in this game that you can read.
I'm Arvina Thelis. They call me the Rat Lady on account of all my pet rats.
This is a reference to the many times that you will have to be told to go into a basement and kill some rats.
You can't imagine the fuss some people make. My rats are no problem for anyone.
She will be of importance later.
What's your... What?
Does he know where I can
I
find
heard that Velwyn Benaris is...
Yeah, we already know about that.
Good.
Afternoon, sir. What are you looking for? The smith is next to the north gate. The general trader is in Harborside, outside the wall.
That reminds me, I wonder if fist-fighting man... It's a bit stereotypical to say he's out by the docks, but I wonder if he's actually outside at the stables. Because this is an NPC that I haven't interacted with very much before. So I'm guessing he's around there. Because I very rarely stop at the stables. So let's have a look. This one is... Lost Whisperer Stables. And no friendly NPC hanging around.
If you're looking to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Klisa.
It's not this chap.
I used to be a knacker. That's how I fancy my horses. Ripe, stiff, and silent. Hate it when they stare at me, dumb beasts.
The amount of people who rear horses in this game and don't actually like them is interesting. Anyone else? else here? No, just
Stock is free. What do you want? Welcome to the Horse Whisperer. Are you interested in a horse?
Let's have a look, actually.
We have the finest white horses in Cyrodiil. None are hardier, and only the black horses of Cheydinhal are faster.
So depending on the...
Come back if you change your mind. We are the only place in Cyrodiil where you can get the magnificent white horse.
the colour of the horse. They might be faster, or they might be... they might have more health, hit points, that sort of thing. But yeah. It depends. I need a place to rest my gear. I'm trying to think of what might be a good place to actually set up shop. Dunborough Cave. Ah, there we are. Yeah, alright, let's have a wander to Dunborough Cave. Because I'm starting to run out of room. I need some storage. And where better for a sneaky, fist-fighting man than a tale that we've heard. Centuries ago, a great battle took place in Anvil Bay. In the battle, the legendary pirate Toradan Abdugal, the captain of the infamous Black Flag, was defeated by the first Count of Anvil. Rumours have been circulating of a hidden underground cavern beneath Castle Anvil. The rumours are to be believed, and the final resting place of Captain Dugal and his ship have been uncovered. We should investigate these rumours as soon as possible. So we're going to see now one of the DLCs. One of the many homes that you can pay real money for to add to the game and customise. So let's have a look and see if this is true. Should make our way there. So getting back to Oblivion being the greatest game ever made, never will be made. How much time are we on actually? Yeah, sorry. Sorry as well, credit to whoever actually made this banner. It's very nice, and a nice little addition to the game. If I were to get into modding, it would definitely be housing for me. So, getting back to, Oblivion. So, Two Worlds came around, and developers were absolutely delirious with how much they touted it as the Oblivion killer. And yeah, they were dead impressed with there we are. They were dead impressed with Oblivion. Two Worlds. And then when it came out, it's like, it just actually wasn't really all that great. It was all better in theory than in practice. The thing is, Two Worlds like really did put a lot of effort into like selling itself. You know, they had it had a very high opinions of itself with things like the tower defense add-on. It had its own, I think, OSR, no, not OSR, sorry, OGL tabletop role-playing game. These are the Lessons of the Grey Fox. Which is quite appropriate for this particular place. Let's have a look around a bit further. Because I think there might be some bandits here. Oh look, steel colours, nice. Coming to around by skeletons of the pirates who perished here. I have to put them all to rest, so before I can refit the cove by punching them all to death. Oh yeah, my markers on where to find them. Unless it's underneath me. Let's have a look, shall we? So apparently there's a There's one in here, the captain's quarters. Captain Dugal. But I don't think Two Worlds had a hand-to-hand. Had lots of sword combat and such, and fine steel colours, nice. Let's have a read of these. Oh, maybe not actually. We'll read these another time. Because there is a lot there. I'm not reading all 4 logs. In fact, let's. It's a bonus episode, sod it. Captain Dougal's Journal, Part 1. 3A286 or thereabouts. I'm finding it unlikely that anyone will be finding this journal, but if they do, know that it's here be written the last words of the great Captain Turadan Abdugal, scourge of the Abyssinian Sea, terror of the Gold Coast, cutthroat of the Hundin Bay, I think that says, and Lord Captain of the Red Sabre, the finest band of buccaneers and pirates here to sail Tamriel. I ain't a man with much use for words. I ain't never been to no academies, and I ain't never wrote no books. Words ain't never earned me no gold, so they's worthless to me. That's why you have quartermasters and first mates. But I'm gonna be setting my last thoughts down here on paper, 'cause I ain't gonna get much time left here before it's every old man's right to have his words heard. Now my business was fighting, sailing and looting. I became a leader of sailing men, the most feared in history, or so they tells me. Now before you be getting ahead of yourself, let me be warning you that me tale does not end well, as I'm sure you can see from wherever you found me rotten bones in this God's cursed cavern. I was born in a little town on the north coast of Skyrim called Dunbarrow. We know that. My mother was a wench and my father was a right bastard. The only thing that either of them ever did for me was doing me the favour of selling me off to a sea captain when I was 9. That captain, he taught me everything I'd ever need to know about sailing, and a few things about the rest too. You see, he were a smuggler, and he taught me all about smuggling and avoiding the Imperial Navy as he ran the schooner route from Daggerfall to Vivek. Shame we were caught and hung. He was as close to a daddy as this old pirate ever knew. Closer than that bastard ever sold me off ever were, that's for sure. That's the book 1. After the captain were hung, I got around Hammerfell a lot. Fell in with a few crews here and there, and after a time got myself hired on as a midshipman on Captain Calidus' rig. Of course, Calidus was a drunkard, and the damn fool ran his ship aground in Anvil, and before we could get any real pirating done, so embarrassed were he that he drank himself to death on one of the piss old taverns of this flat little seawater town. So there I were, back in the backwater port when the war against the usurper broke out. I were out on hire with a rickety tub and a worthless rot of a captain when the Imperial Navy stole every pirate ship in port to go and fight their war. We was coming back into dock when we heard about it. Now, only a fool doesn't bite when he smells the blood in the water, and that captain of ours was going to hand his rudder over to the Navy. The rest of us, well, we didn't so much like that. We cut his throat and tossed his worthless carcass to the depths for Hermaeus Mora to feast on. The rest of us put keel to this mudhole and broke for the nearest cove to lay low for a while. Now the thing that I learned about war is that it's profitable for just about everyone except for the poor bastards that actually have to go and fight it. While the Navy were busy putting down the revolution, they were too busy to worry about a bunch of pirates burning up and down the Gold Coast. And even better for us, The Navy was needing a stream of supplies up in High Rock to fight and didn't have the ships to escort them. In case you don't be knowing, cargo vessels without escort is a pirate's best friend. In just a couple of years I had every buccaneer from here from Valenwood flying under me flag. We had dozens of ships and crew, and even more men joined us every day. Soldiers and sailors, cast-offs from the war, escaped prisoners. They were the best cutthroats and sons of whores that this pirate captain could ever wish for. Brings a tear to me eye thinking to think of them all. But even better than that were the men on the ships. But even better than the men were the ships. Captured Navy cutters, refitted privateer galleons, even had a few of them Bosmer ships with the funny living sails in my fleet. The finest ship I ever saved for myself, the Black Flag. You'll find her rotting all around here. She don't look like much now, but I can tell you that in her day there weren't no vessels she couldn't outrun. All these men and ships, we called ourselves the Red Sabre. The merchant ships called us Death on the Seas. We gots to be so feared that most crews just abandoned ship when they seen our flag was on the horizon. With no navy to stop us, Captain Toradon of Dougal and the Red Sabre was known all over the east. Now, I ain't one to brag, but the Empire had a bounty on me of 40,000 coins. Now that's something to be proud of. Of course, the poor bastards couldn't never collect on it, Anvil being the wretched den that it is. And most sailors there work for me anyhow. The Legion couldn't never get no one to give me up. I wish those days could have lasted forever. But you know how it is, friend. Ain't nothing good can ever last. Part 3. I ain't got much time left. Sure, we had plenty of food down here. It lasted for years. But all this time in the wet and the dark, I got something nasty growing in me. What a terrible way to die. Not on the end of an enemy's cutlass, but because of some damned sickness. No seafaring man should die like this. At least I could still hear the water. But I was just telling the story of how I got mine, weren't I? I cursed the day that the Cameron usurper died and that the war ended. Because it was that day that Commodore Facile Umbranox turned his attention to the Red Sabre. A couple of months after the war, that fat pompous bastard decided to come down here to Anvil and take up my port in my town. Looking to break up the Red Sabre, the Emperor gave... I do like as well the lot of the misspellings here, like not just the accents but also like the spelling. Pompous and Emperor. I think it's Emperor. Yeah, Emperor. Yeah, I don't know. If I've got it wrong, I apologise. The Emperor gave him whatever he asked for to campaign against us, despite the coffers being empty from the war at the High Rock. When Umbranox couldn't get what he needed from my men in Anvil, he set out looking all over the Abyssinian Sea for the Black Flag. There are hundreds of islands in the Abyssinian, and he landed a crew on each one. He rooted out my men where he could find them, hung those that weren't willing to go peacefully, and jailed those who had laid down arms. No matter for many ships and many cost him, he kept coming with more and more. We couldn't never get ahead of him, and we could never mount a counterattack. It took him 4 years and a hell of a lot of ships, but that sea rat finally tracked me down. My own fault, anyway. If I never made the mistake I made, he'd have died before he found me. But a man has to stand up for his mistakes, no matter if it cost him. Besides, ain't like I'll be fooling you, since you're liking just staring at me bones as you're reading this. Umbranox had his main force out of port following a lead that I planted. I set sail back to Anvil, hoping to catch him off guard, capture the boats he left behind, and fight him with his own ships in Anvil Bay. Ha! Can you imagine the look on his pig's face if it had worked? I thought I'd finally get the horse son to show his face in a proper fight. I should have known. But he had men waiting for me there. We fought like hell, but we were trapped in the bay. The Navy men set the town on fire to keep us from fleeing onto land. I'm sure that the fine citizens of Cyrodiil dinna weep for the torture of the town of thieves. The main force of Imperial dogs had held us until Umbronox showed up in his flagship. Umbronox fought me to the last ship, and in the end the bay was filled with the sunken and burning boats. If it weren't for fighting for my life, I'd have probably thought it was so beautiful. So, the Black Flag and Umbronox's rickety tub were the only ones left, only ones that were still floating and fighting when dawn came. So, I did what any pirate with any sense do. I tried to run. Now understand, I'm a right bastard in my own way. I'm a pirate, a murderer, a thief, and I certainly ain't believed in a fair fight. But that's the line. There's a line, an unspoken code between sailing men, and Umbronox went too far. He had his mages on his ship. Mages ain't never been allowed on my boats. They're no good, bad luck, and I don't trust them. Turns out, I was right. I cut across the south side of the bay, along with a huge cliff wall that used to be there. I had my helmsman stay as close as he could get to the cursed cliff. I could hear those mages from the deck of Umbronox's ship, yelling some nonsense into the wind. A few rocks fell onto my deck, a few more, and then the whole bloody cliff came crashing down on top of me. Now don't you worry, I didn't just die then. The cliff collapsed around the ship, making this damned cavern. Better they had just fell on us, but no. It sealed the Black Flag, a crew, and me under tons of rock. We were buggered. I've seen my own blood more times than I could ever count, but seeing the rag and mess that just come up out of my lungs just now is the only time I've ever been afraid of it. I guess I should be getting to the last bit of my story. I apologise as well for the accent changing from Irish to Brum. Me and my crew were trapped down here, never to see the light again, or somewhere rot. We tried digging out, we tried blasting out, we tried calling to the mines and to the nines and the Daegre princes for help. Nothing worked. Some of the men went crazy when we figured out that they were no getting out, but most of us just accepted what fate had dealt us. We made the hulk of the Black Flag into the best home that we could and tried making a life of it down here. We had plenty of stores with us, and since most of us, the crew were killed in the fight, it was more than enough to go around. I will tell you though, that you ain't known suffering until you ate nothing but harder rations for 20-some years. All the pain I ever caused, and you one has been paid back to me tenfold, and having to eat the same filth every day for the whole time I've been down here. Then Grim died off. Grim was the first, and one by one the boys had been dropping off. They all got the same sickness I ended up with. We buried them when we could, threw them in the water when we didn't have the strength to bury them. Finally, we just made them walk to the far side of the cavern a couple of days before the sickness ran its course. I'm the last, and I suppose that makes sense. The great Captain Dougal, defeated by Fazil and Umbronox, and buried alive forever. I wonder what became of Anvil. Probably let it burn and swept the ashes into the sea. Umbronox probably went back to the Imperial City to pat himself on the back, rewarded with lands and titles. Like I said, way back in the beginning, I don't expect anyone to read this. But if by chance someone does find my carcass down in this pit, do an old seaman a favour. Track down whatever descendants that old fat sack Umbronox may have, and tell him that Fordin ap Dougal says hello. That is a terrible reading of Captain Dougal's journal. And there's his sword, which has made me over encumbered. Right, time to punch some ghosts. So, as we punch some, sorry, skeletons. I do apologise, false advertising there. So, Two Worlds came about, and I keep doing it. Sorry, compulsive looting. Uh-oh, multiple. Oh, I don't want crouch, thank you. I want light. Let's get rid of one. So. Yeah, so Two Worlds, like, it even had its own, like, tabletop role-playing game that came out as a special edition. They genuinely thought that, like, they were onto something with Two Worlds. And unfortunately, they were not. Like the game, I'm sure the game did well enough in sales and things like that, but like, because obviously Two Worlds 2 came out, and like that game was like very well received, if only because of its magic crafting system, its magic system. I really want to get into the game, but unfortunately, like it just won't boot up on Steam. I might have to try on GOG. It's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm thinking GOG, by the way, is Good Old Games. For anyone that doesn't know, it's another launcher that specialises in like old games with like that are DRM free and all sort of stuff. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just making a point. How's the game? Oh, that's alright. Okay, so... I've destroyed the last of the undead pirates and claimed Dunbarrow Cove as my own. The cavern and the hulk of the Black Flag are in terrible condition after hundreds of years underground. I should speak with Dahlia Rackham of the Clarabella. She'll be able to assist me in hiring a crew to turn Dunbarrow Cove into a suitable base of operations. Nice. But that costs money. So, we can basically live in... I was about to say live in ship, more like live in shit. But yeah, so this is what it looks like at the moment. So you have to pay characters to refurbish the place. Not with real money. You've already... So you basically like, pay for the privilege to, you know, just sink all your gold into it. So, wonderful. So this is what it looks like so far. Most houses that you get in the game, in fact pretty much all houses that you get in the game are bare bones anyway. So yeah, so let's find an NPC, and that's what the ship looks like. So this is like a premium house. You can get other housing in the game for gold, but if you want like the more interesting houses like this, you gotta pay real money. Although this is included in like the Game of the Year edition, or Game of the Year Deluxe edition rather, because that has like all the other DLC, including horse armor. So. Let's find our way out, and we'll buy gear. Oh, and the Gate of Oblivion has opened up. Guessing right just there. I'm going to see if I can add it to my map, and then we can fast roll to it, and if needed to be, do it. And then we can speedrun it and then get the stuff inside, sell the loot. It's just there. We've already been detected, I think. So that would have ruined a lovely night in the farm, I think. Or farmhouse, rather. Oh, a wolf. Not a Daedric monster, thank goodness. So yeah, that's what the world looks like when you get near these places. Changes the lighting, changes the skybox. It is an interesting skybox. Look at that, fucking hell. It does go away eventually, it just takes some time.
Yes?
Why could I see the same thing?
Mayen Lorne and his brother run a nice establishment at the Flowing Bowl. You too.
So where is this place? Is this actually in it? Inside Anvil City Centre? Ah, is it in the forecastle maybe? Oh, it's on the ship itself, I see. Can we actually go in without trespassing? Yes. Seat up Clarabella. Let's save as well.
It's you. Hi. Well met. Let's do business.
Retire a fence, upgrade my quarters. I think that's all we can really do at the moment.
Pleasure doing business with you.
So if I were to coal,
Farewell.
gold, and now when we go to Sunbarrow Cave, just fast travel there. Oh, look at that! What a beautiful scene. Problem is, if I screenshot it, it might not actually, it might crash the game. Yeah, that's one of the problems. I love taking screenshots of games, mostly compulsively, and yeah, when I do, it tends to have, well, bad things happen. Yeah, I think I've got plenty of time to play yet, so let's have a look at my quarters. In fact, that might even be here. Ah, there we are. Look at that. This place is looking a lot better already. Okay, only a little bit. So we can hire a crew. Like, we can't actually sail this thing. But we can hire a crew. So, yeah. Getting back to Oblivion being great in a minute. Oh, that's much better. So now we have some... Oh, look. One poster. The Grey Fox. Wanted for theft, embezzlement, forgery, pickpocketing, counterfeiting, burglary, conspiracy to commit theft, grand larceny, tax evasion, slander, fraud, perfidy, and impertinence. Description: wears a grey cloak that conceals his appearance. Presumed male and Colovian. Height between 5 and 6 feet. Normal weight. Hair and eye colour unknown. Any citizen with information should contact the Imperial Watch. Watch Captain Hieronymus Lex. Thanks a lot, pigs. And, oh, look at that. Let's try and get that back up there. There we go. Oh, no. There. That'll do. What a lovely... Oh, Smuggler's Key, hello. What that's for. So, this is permanent storage. So, because it's a house that we own, we can put stuff in it. So I'm going to use this chest, for instance, for weapons. So I'm going to put that in there, I'm going to put that, and that in there. Put sulfur arrows in there. And then I'm going to put for clothing or armour. So we can have these in here. And just look how much weight you'll lose by doing that. And then this one can be for alchemy stuff. Keep my potions of healing. Keep my Nern root in there. Nern root doesn't weigh anything. No, it does actually. Shit. Okay, I'll keep that with me. Take those with me actually. There, look how much weight we've lost. Just by doing that. So, we can leave this place and that stuff will stay in there. Save the game. Right, and now let's go on an adventure. Also got the Smuggler's Key, which I don't know what that's for. So So there must be another part of this cave that we've not yet fully explored. I wonder. Oh, seems as though we have, we just need to find it. Captain's quarters, black flag. I don't know, maybe there's some loot that we need a key for. So yeah. I'll have to look that up later, I think. Yep. Right, let's just do some other miscellaneous stuff. Shite and miscellany. So. Oh, way out. That's all the way over there, isn't it? Shit. Bit of Parker, it's not going to help me right now. So, Two Worlds came out. Didn't really impress. So what other RPGs were coming out on the Xbox 360? Not a lot. Now the makers of Gothic came out with a game called Risen. And, yeah, it was very popular to hate on that. Oh, hello, The Locked Room. That's a really good book. And one I will read at some stage, because that's fantastic. It's a brilliant read. Security skill increases. Can you read it? Ah! Smuggler's Key, here we are. This allows us to enter and sneak into Castle Anvil. Paul, oh no, it's not one of these, is it? Nah, okay. Let's keep on going. Oh, 1 second. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, through this door is Castle Anvil. And the awful picking minigame. And the Royal Chambers. If we pull this here. We made our way inside. Stealing everything we can. Hopefully no guards see us for trespassing. Another rare book. Is there in the box? I believe it's a skill book. No, apparently not. Anything else here? Oh, King. Ah, no, this is a book by Revan. He did a few of those. He's a fictional author. Well, is someone who does fiction in this game's world. Oh, hello. Love that. Love that as well. Sticks. Oh, look at this. What a nice area. Yeah, it's a shame you can't really get to this place when quite easily when you know it's in someone's private quarters, but yeah. A nice view of the living gear there. Quite charming. Right, just make sure that's all recording. So yeah, so we, oh damn, just locked ourselves out. Never mind. Yeah, doors tend to lock behind you. So, still got some training to do, but I haven't got a fence to get rid of all this stuff. Which I really could have done, but I didn't have the gold. But we now have. some free room in our inventory. So now we can go raiding the Oblivion Gate. Grab all the goodies within. Try to attract the attention of the Deidre. Save the game. Have another look. So it survived.
Oh!
So Bagel will survive that distance scan. Impressive enough. Let's have a look around. So the tower is quite far away. But we're going to navigate some hills first. We could just run through it, I suppose. Mind you, we are playing on a lot of difficulty, so we can punch things to death. Tower over there might contain loot. I'm afraid those towers, as far as I can tell, cannot be destroyed. But we can go through it. It's the fact that okay, but it is the fact that they have a long wind-up time. Lots of loot and no ability to get it. Unless I do that and just fall off, you know. Not a very good corpse smasher, is it? Can't, you know, maybe it's because I'm not actually a corpse yet, so it can't mash me. Why I keep checking them that don't have any loot. Okay, nothing else yet. Just wait an hour. Get health back. Right. So, onwards we go. Try and get him away from me. Not very sporting, was he? Dear me, made it all too easy. Right, next next loot cave we go. Oh dear. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, I keep spraining my ankle. Oh no man, there's just a safe route across there. Unfortunate. So getting back to Oblivion once again, being the greatest game ever made, ever will be made. Gothic. Let me imagine. Fatigue. Turn. So Gothic came out, and it was made by the developers. Sorry, Risen came out. It was made by the developers of Gothic, and therefore it could be trusted as a worthy contender to Oblivion. It was not. It's actually a decent game, but it takes a lot of patience and... Oh, nice. I love those. Nice. Yeah, I don't get it either. It was a good enough game in its own right, but again it was like one of those games that was like lower in scope, was not that ambitious as a game, and not to mention as well, the final boss was outsourced to another company, which is why it's completely out of place with the rest of the game. It's a good story, but yeah, in trying to be its own thing, it's kind of like it's not that easy to get invested in the story, at least fully. But at the same time, it actually does a good job of like, making sure you are invested. Yeah, so again, it was one of these games that was limited to scope, but he knew what he was doing, and he did it quite well. But was it enough to topple Oblivion? No. In the meantime, other RPGs were coming along, but they were JRPGs, so the likes of Enchanted Arms, Eternal Sonata, Lost Odyssey, by the usual suspects. Even like Enchanted Arms was by From Software, makers of Dark Souls and Elden Ring, of all games. And yeah, they were really good games. Oh damn. Okay, no, so yeah, so you had other games come along that just weren't quite up to snuff. Oh no, I'm getting over music keeps on playing. Yeah, see, I had other JRPGs come along, but yeah, there weren't really that many Western RPGs that were coming about, and taking Oblivion's place as like the Western RPG to play. On consoles, most of their offerings were available only on PC. This was around the time you were getting like Divinity Original Sin 1. This was around the time you were getting like Arcania, maybe? Actually, I think that was on console. I'm genuinely struggling to recall Xbox 360 and PS3 RPGs that weren't just Two Worlds and Risen. Don't get me wrong, Oblivion has never really been quite as hype as Skyrim, and like has held gamers' interest for as long as Skyrim. Nice to get into. Oh, that's a lie. They do have loot. Sometimes it's just a bone, though. Great. I think it's always that same bone as well. Going this way will yield the most loot, though. So you know how I was supposed to speedrun this? Well, as it turns out, you can't just skill up a fair bit in Oblivion Gates. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't really until like Skyrim came along where people were like, actually, yeah, like there really aren't that many other RPGs that could beat Oblivion. And Oblivion got mocked for years. It's not like Skyrim where like it was all like in good taste and whatnot. It's like a lot of this was like, yeah, we actually don't like Oblivion because of these objective, measurable reasons. And that's fair, you know. I mean, those people are wrong, but it's fair, I guess. Right. So this is the one. This is the gate I always struggle with now. I just realised because I can't remember how to actually get to the tower without parkouring. This is why athletics and acrobatics are incredibly handy, because you can increase the height in which you can jump and survive falls, and you can eventually find your way to the tower. See, there is a proper way of getting to the tower, I just don't know what it is. I thought it was a cave, wasn't there? Let's have a look. Let's have a look for some caves. Cave entrances. There was one where that Dromora Chell was around here. Was it further back? I think it was further back as well too. Well, let's go get past these mines. Good thing about the mines is they don't respawn. Whereas the towers are infinite. Aha! Would you look at this? Loot. I will go into other reasons why Oblivion is the greatest role-playing game that's ever been, ever will be, but for the time being, I just can't come up with that many reasons. My mind is elsewhere. Oh. After long arduous hours of practicing jumping and controlling your falls, you become a journeyman of acrobatics. You now have the dodge ability. Blocking while jumping makes you dodge in the direction of the jump. You will do a tumbling roll and possibly avoid any attacks. So look. Oh, there we are. That's pretty cool. Nice. That's a good mobility aid there, especially for melee, for hand-to-hand combat, where mobility is key. One of the good things about wearing clothing, such as these trousers or shoes, is that They don't need repair. They are enchanted.
Oh!
Good golly. Those roots are doing a hell of a lot of damage. So for some reason, the times I tried to use it weren't actually working, and then when the enemy wasn't attacking, it was starting to work. I don't get it either. I say that a lot. Oh, hello. Another 25% increase. So, the secret energies of the human body have not surrendered their mysteries easily to you. You are an apprentice of restoration and can cast apprentice levels and restoration spells. Very nice indeed. So, I could do the healing potion though, so... That is really fun. I should not say that, come on. Let's use the repair hammer. And okay, we're doing good with gold. We can almost afford to level up. I thought it's not going to get any easier. Save the game. I think we're just about approaching the level in which we can get to the tower. Yep. Let's do that. So we could just park her up there, or... yeah, let's do that. I think we've spent enough time getting about now. We could spend 5 hours trying to climb up this mountain with acrobatics. I think it's going to let us that way. How about this? This is not a glitch, this is genuinely how you actually traverse mountains and such. Oh no, I've just gone all the way down. Okay, hang on. So I really should take up indoor rock climbing, but it does require a lot of strength. However, this makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. And I think I've just completely failed. On the plus side, my athletic skill has gone up, yay. Yeah, I've just made all the mistakes I had before. save us some time. We'll go through the cave. Oh!
Oh!
Turns out this was much earlier. Okay, we'll sneak about. Sneak around where we can. Damn it, right. See, for me to stun up people, I have to... Hey? Oh. We just come all the way where... Yeah, we just come from where they were. So this was the... Oh, I see. So we've actually gone the wrong way. Have we? Or have we gone the wrong way? Great. Okay. Can I get... Oh, that way. I don't think I can now. Right. I guess we're going back in here. Let's wait now. Heal up. So much for the speed run. In fact, let's just run. Let's try and find our way through this place. Oh no. Where's with all this red glare? We've just come back out the same way, have we? No. God damn it. Back up again. No, we'd gone a different way. Sorry about this, gang. 20 whole gold, I'll take that. Now, a good way of making money in Oblivion is going to the arena. You will make a lot of money from your conquests there. But I think your reward depends on the difficulty you play and the level you're at. So the higher level you are, the more money you get. But the thing is... oh god damn it. finally made it to the tower. And who moves the good time. Save the game. Can't see a treasure that way. Okay. That's trap. But where's the trigger? Come on then. Nice. Sorry, after I take a potion. Or just heal. Heal some more. Heal a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, he ran to the trap. Yeah, you were just touching it, that's damage. Like so. Such are the physics. So, yeah, so he ran into the trap, nice. Where'd the other guy go? Nice. Any weapons for me? I don't believe so. Oh, a mace there, but not at all valuable. Nothing there. Let's carry on. Oh, down. Seen already. I really should have these potions bound to a button. I thought I had a healing potion somewhere. Like even like just an ordinary potion. Just quickly save. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to run through this because there's no treasure. I think I just literally just loot anything that's available. So yeah. Oh my word, there's quite a few guys. Love to stay, but my health's too low. Turrets, great. Oh, come on. Thank you. See, if you want a good enemy to fight for loot, wizards tend to have, like, mages tend to have good loot on them. Potions, scrolls, the odd staff maybe, soul gems maybe. gonna fall. Yep. So fucking Scooby-Doo. Or Benny Hill. Skinny Bill. Do that. Right now, so they have shields. Those shields are very good. Well, I mean, of course they are. Daedric armor is the best in the game. So, we made it out alive. Barely. Let's have a look. What does that stone do? 10 points and so we can have something that provides us. Let's increase the value of that. As Rakshazzah's Rhyme Warden. Yeah. And that is now worth 1,400 gold pieces. Estimated. Like, you have to get your skills up considerably to sell it for that price. Now, the bear can. Well, first of all, can we actually afford? Yes, we can. We can afford to level up. Mercantile. It is one of my favourite
It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Because you get to invest in people's shops and give them and put more money into their wallets.
Let's do business.
I know it doesn't actually sound like right, to be honest. Trust me, it is. I could sell it for more elsewhere. I could sell that for more elsewhere.
That's a good deal. You've got a lot to learn.
Yeah. So, we need to rest up now.
You too.
Oh, need a bed.
A pleasure to speak with you.
I bet it is.
Aye, but there's a bed free if you need it. Right then. Goodbye.
Speak, citizen. Yeah, I've heard of him. Isn't he a soldier or a guardsman in the Imperial City? The Emperor is dead. And move along.
So sometimes at inns you will find Imperial Guardsmen. Or indeed like Imperial Huntsmen or Woodsmen or whatever. They usually like protect the inn and from like threats outside as well. So I'm gonna go for personality, speed, and strength. I really should be going for endurance, but I need to just level up some more skills in that. So, I need to get some more money to level up my skills. Where should I go though? We're spending a lot of time on Anvil, I appreciate. Who can I sell to? Oh, of course, people at the docks. Seems to be where all the shops are. Because you've got inns, you've got the guilds, all in Anvil. And they're like some of the main ones as well. But, especially Fighters Guild. But, no, we don't need to be here. In fact, let me just save the game before it crashes. Because, yeah, Bethesda games have always had, like, technical problems.
I understand the Fighters Guild is...
In the same way that, like...
May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Obsidian games have always had problems, like, eventually you gotta stop saying that, look, it is them, they are the problem.
That's
as
more
much as
than
you might
I'd
want to say, oh, it's
usually pay.
the engine, it's the developers weren't given any time, it's this, that, and the other. It's like, no,
A good
they're
price
just not
for
that
a good
good
customer.
at making games. I mean, they're great writers and all this sort of thing, but they are not good at... Well, that could actually work. No, I don't need absorb health. Don't need this.
You've made a good bit of gold.
If I can haggle a bit further.
You got a great deal there.
Haggle further. Oh, we've got loads of spell scrolls. Let's get rid of these. No, I'll keep water breathing.
You've made a... Thank you for your business.
Now I can
Be seeing
go
you.
to the merchant here.
May the wind be on your back.
I can buy a fence for my ship, and then I can sell stolen goods.
Good day. Let's do business. Pleasure doing business with you. Goodbye.
Some ghostly sounds on the ship. Oh dear. Don't think we'll be messing with that guy. So anyway, back here. So I can sell my goods. In fact, I can sell
What do you...
for a bit more. Cause
May
can
I
haggle
interest?
Oh, I've already sold everything. No, I haven't. Yeah, I'll sell it for the maximum amount.
That's a... That's...
I'll just sell every single spell scroll I've got, to be honest. Save time. I
You've made
forgot
it-
my train of thought, I apologise.
You got a...
Oh yeah, so like developers,
got-
yeah, at the end of the day, some people just aren't good
That's a...
with the technical side of games.
That's
And
more
in
than
fairness,
I'd
like developers are trying to change that reputation. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I could do a better job at all. But I can observe consistencies.
Farewell.
Like like Bethesda, like it's not just the engine. Creation
Today's your
engine's not
lucky
very
day,
good.
so let's
But then again, like, you know, it's not. Is it just the creation engine? What else is the problem that Bethesda having time and time again?
Well met. You too.
You know, what is the problem that they keep having?
Head on. Hi there. What is it now? What's going on with you? I've heard that...
Got all this stuff back now because I've got a room, and we can take the. What else was here? Because there were some other weapons as well, weren't there? If they're still here, they should be. Shouldn't have despawned. Or maybe they've just sunk through the floor. Because I do like cutlasses, and there are not that many in the game. Yep, looks as though they may be all gone. Which would be a shame, because I do enjoy... Oh, there they are. But yeah, there are some games that, some items that just don't get categorized, I think. Oh, they're steel cutlasses, yeah, never mind. So yeah, there's some items like you're just not going to get any other version of it, like there's no dwarven cutlasses or iron cutlasses, or elven cutlasses.
Whoa! Hello there.
Oh, hello.
What do you want? Farewell.
Essential NPC, never seen him before. I guess he's another one of like the sapling manor there. Yeah, I just like went into a frenzy of downloading mods because I used to love playing the game vanilla, and then all of a sudden I just play the mods. And that is one of the reasons why. What's that down there? I want to go down that way and find out what that is. So that colours as well, put on the quarters. You have to forgive me. Again, train of thoughts being lost. Another one. Put that away. Any more clothing that I want to get rid of? Not really. Oh yeah, those, but there we are.
What? Make it quick. I don't like you, and I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, come on. Let's play the game. So he hates boasts and coercion.
Yeah, I get... That's... What? You're a big fat liar. Blah, blah, blah. Is that? No. You do me too much honor. You're pathetic. Not... Oh, really now? You can't... Sure, that's cute. Please, I'm embarrassed, but thank you. Sure, that's... Oh, really? You're pathetic. Oh, please. Really? Don't... Yeah, I get it.
So, again, just to recap, we've got to base his reaction on his face. It's like he likes being boasted the least, coerced second. He's okay with a joke, but he loves being admired.
Please.
So we've got to try and get the biggest slice of the pie.
Not you
into
can't
the
scare
things he
me.
likes.
You're yeah, I get it. Oh, what? Sure, that's cute. That's sure that. What a wonderful that really you're a big fat liar. Don't goodness. You're a what a wonderful compliment. You're full. You're wasting your sure, that's cute. Good. You're full of it.
Eventually you can get like
I get it.
a cool little pan.
Please, I'm embarrassed. Goodness. Oh, please. Yeah, I get it. Don't. Oh, please. Sure, that's cute. That you're not really now. You're such a charmer. I don't like. Goodbye.
Fair enough. So is he my fence or is he not? I'm not entirely sure. Because I know that my pirate crew has expanded as I hire more people. But I can get 2 people per thing or more. Maybe I've got to be a member of the Thieves Guild before he can talk to me. Which is... I hope not, because that kind of defeats the point of, like, hiring a fence. You know, like... Because like, I could just see any other fence in the game, you know. Then you're asking like, well, why do I need to hire one of my own? You know? Which I've just now spent 1,000 gold pieces on. And I've only got 2 coins to rub together. Literally. So, just totally forgot. We've got more time, we can do some other stuff. But what else are we going to do, pretend?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Take care.
But eventually, like, as we become more personable, in fact, do I have that charm scroll? Darn. What? Do I have any charm spells? Soothing touch. I have fear. Oh, that's really going to help me. Darn. Never mind. I was hoping I could charm him, get him to like me a bit more, and then we could make him my fence. But that's not going to happen, is it? So, never mind, eh? So I'm curious as to what those buildings over there are, unless they are another mod, or part of a mod that went still this way. Who knows, maybe it's actually the mod for Elsewhere, the home of the Khajiit. You hear a lot of seagulls and you can't actually see them. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's no actual like birds in the game. I suppose people had enough of cliff racers. And if you don't know what a cliff racer is from Morrowind, then you're very lucky. They are one of the... Oh, I can't go that way. Never mind. I was going to say, because it's getting into Valenwood. Wood. There's no way I can get onto that shore, is there? Oh, well, bugger. Never mind, eh? What else can we do next? Wonder what quests there are in Anvil that we could do without joining a guild. Because that's the thing, that's where most of your quests are coming from. I need 5,000 gold pieces to see Velwyn Benares, or Benares. I don't think there's much else in Anvil at the moment. Oh, there is one more quest. Yeah, let's do that one, because that's a dungeon crawl. Got it from my inventory. But I think the reward for this quest is considerably higher. The higher level you are, because a lot of the loot in this game is leveled.
If you see my good-for-nothing husband, Yalfi, tell him I want back what he stole from me.
This is something you gotta see. Any guesses as to what our game is? Yeah.
Perhaps you can help me. The Contemptible. My father said I was a fool to marry him, but I didn't listen. At our wedding, my father gave us a family heirloom as a gift. Rakshazzah, a mace that's been in my family for many generations. Yalfi snatched Rakshazzah from our mantle and took off to find his fortune with the local marauder gang at Fort Strand. I want that mace back. Please, I don't think he's ever coming back, and I'd hate to lose such a precious heirloom to a gang of thugs. The arena's faked. You think those guys are getting killed? Really? It's just berry syrup and ham acting. Please bring back Rakshazzah. It means a great deal to me.
So Marauders was spelled with a capital M. And Marauders are essentially bandits who live in fortresses and wear heavy armor. Bandits are found in the wilderness, and they wear light armor. I think they can also be found indoors as well. Yeah, they can be found indoors as well. But yeah, marauders live essentially exclusively in forts. And Yalfi the Contemptible is up here. Right, I've got time. I think I've got about another hour to play, but we'll see how I go because I've got work tomorrow.
Why won't you stop?
So get back to an earlier point. Whoops, I've taken something from them. Oh, the boots. I don't need your boots. Thank you, though. Right, I don't need that cap either, so... I think Marauders are also mostly Orcish and Nordish as well. Ooh, long sword of weariness. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, so going back to an earlier point, so like Bethesda are a very ambitious developer, but that's what my alarm feels like in the morning. Yeah, so they're very ambitious and they do a lot of big projects. Whereas Gothic, whereas like Piranha Bytes with games like Gothic and such, they're very closed off, but they function. Those games function, I mean, perhaps not very well, but yeah, and I think as well, like, they work within their means. Bethesda, I don't quite think do. I think they've got some great ideas. I think they've got some fantastic writers. Like the lore of the Elder Scrolls, it's fascinating because like the lore, there's so much lore, and like it's one of those games. Like the iceberg meme was made for like the Elder Scrolls essentially because if I better trigger that trap now before I run into it later. Because like there's so much to this lore. And it can be a bit difficult to appreciate that. Okay, what's down here? Oh, right, okay, this is quite a large dungeon if I recall. Just going on and on. But I think there's a pit right. Something else. Ooh, silver bow. I'll take that. Yeah, these forts are normally not this big. They can be quite winding, I know that much. But yeah. Where the hell are we anyway? But yeah, and like the lore is like just so crazy. Is that just taking us down there? Yeah, back where we came. Okay. And like, it got to the point where like in Oblivion, in Morrowind, the third game, like one of the writers was like, essentially like, there's a bit of apocrypha surrounding the lore of Morrowind regarding Chim or Kim, however it's spelled, and like the myth of Dagoth there and all this sort of thing, and the Nerevarine prophecy. It began with like the writer just like being.
What's going on with you? I ran into some goblins in the woods not long ago. Nasty little beasts. I avoid those things whenever I can. Horrible creatures. Bye. How goes it? Fantastic. Thanks for asking. Excellent. So long. Good day.
Oh, thought we were going to enjoy a bit more of that. Apparently not. So I think that there was Yalfi. And he's building a rock ship. So interestingly, his allies did not join the fight. I'm just taking all his dwarven armor. Where, pray tell, is Rakshazzah? Don't tell me it's fallen through the floor. Oh, it's there. Okay, so Rakshazzah was there. Marauder warlords are usually the of the bunch. Oh, they had two magical helmets. Well, I never. So, oh, and by the way, Rakshazzah weighs nothing, so you can actually use this as like it's actually quite a reliable weapon. It also does a lot of damage as well. These aren't really worth as much without enchantments. But I'm trying to think of what else I can get rid of. I could just actually let's carry on and see what other loot there is. So yeah, so the lore of Morrowind was like people thought like okay, like the original story was like he was the writer was just drinking a lot, and then they started making up stories about how like he was on drugs. Like, okay, fine, you know, bit of wacky backy, whatever. That's one thing. But like the story was going to things like how this guy was on shrooms, how he was on LSD, how he was like taking cocaine, just in a complete like drug-fueled orgy or whatever. And it's like, calm down, you know. It's like, seriously, it's just the story has just been blown all out of proportion. And don't get me wrong, that version's way more fun. I like that version a lot, but it's like there's just more and more added to the mythos, and it's like, look, sorry, no, that's not what happened. Yeah. Because like yeah, Morrowind's lore does get a bit loopy at times, and but yeah, it's good, and like Elder Scrolls lore, it's like I don't really get deep into it. I do not do that. I like Elder Scrolls lore, but you could not ask me to follow it. Don't quiz me on it, because I barely know anything about Jagar Tharn, the sort of battle at High Rock. I know virtually nothing about, well, anything about Elder Scrolls lore as such. I could listen to videos of it, but it just goes in one ear out the other. Like, so yeah. But I prefer the stories in the games that you can actually play, rather than the stories of, rather than like the general lore as such. I like the quests that are going on. I like helping the little people, which is why I like doing the side quests, exploring the dungeons, getting involved in the environmental storytelling, that sort of thing, as opposed to like the lore in general. Oh, hello, there's the Black Horse Courier. She's always stopping around over there.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, the Black Horse Courier rides a horse, black horse, and they're a courier, and they deliver the newspaper. And sometimes you might come across them, and they might have the latest issue for you to read. And it's like the latest gossip, and like usually tell you what
good-for-nothing husband's gonna be very surprised if he
of the
crawls
local
back
events.
here. Very surprised. Found Rakshazzah yet by chance? I'd already convinced myself I'd never see Rakshazzah again, but I was wrong. What's become of Yalfi? He was a good man when I married him, but greed took a hold of his heart. While I'm not happy he's dead, I'm glad he's at peace. Well, I'm just glad that it's all over and Rakshazzah is back where it belongs, in my family. I feel I owe you something for your efforts. Yes. I feel it only appropriate that you have my dowry. I would consider it an honor.
Thank you very much.
May the goddess watch.
Yeah, so when you hand in that quest at later levels, whatever, you would get more money. So yeah. No sign of our Khajiit friend who normally hangs around this part. He must be in some other part in the world. Right, time to find someone who'll buy this dwarven gear. Now, I could enchant it and sell it for even more, but I wouldn't get... It would probably go over like the value that I could get for anyone.
Yes?
So
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
In fact, can I sell him? Maybe not. Let's
Can I interest you in... All right.
let's see what he likes. So he likes coercion, interestingly enough.
I accept. I have no choice. Not... I doubt it. I don't... Yeah. Don't try to manipulate me. Not now. Don't! Not bad. I doubt it. A good one. Don't try to manipulate me. I doubt it. No. Sure, that's cute. Not bad. Not bad at all. Can I interest you?
So now we've done that, we can haggle. So we can raise that bit.
That's a fair deal.
See if we can raise it a bit more. What sort of weariness?
You need to make a bit.
Okay, let's try and reduce it a wee bit more. Let's do 60%. Can we go up to 69%? Nice.
No deal.
Nice and 68% of value. That's fine.
You drop an
So these are both heavy armor, so I don't really need them. That's a really good helmet though. If you're like playing a battle mage, so you're in heavy armor and you're using magic, 15 points of extra magic is not bad at all. That could mean the difference in another spell.
An
not having it.
excellent bargain.
No, I'll give that away just yet. Ooh, what else can I get rid of? In fact, to be honest, I've now got...
Another satisfied customer.
I am indeed. I've got a lot of money.
Goodbye.
And that means, you guessed it, going all the way back to the Gottschalk. Because this is the only place where I know where the skill trainers are.
What is it, citizen?
It's my pleasure. Please continue. Pay attention.
This is just going to be a fortune.
Pay attention. There's You've got a... knowledge. Right. Farewell.
Time to level up again. Spend all my money again. I think tonight I might spend a bit more time doing some more dungeons, getting some loot, that sort of thing.
It's my pleasure. Pay attention. Let's see if we can't knowledge is...
Okay.
Take care.
Right, let's find something to do elsewhere. Palatos Folly. Nice mine. We haven't explored yet. So mines are good for loot because they have ore. Veins of ore, and you can loot the ore. There's no like smithing like in Skyrim. Silver arrows, nice. Is that a silver dagger I saw? No, steel dagger. Oh, great. Let's get a dwarven battle axe. Dwarven arrows, they're heavy but they do a lot of damage. I think they're just one tier below. Sorry, okay. I'm really sorry. Let's just have a look around this level first. I will have a proper look around just as soon as I know that it's safe. In fact, level am I? Level 8. 2 more levels and then we can see Nocturnal about something. see any veins of ore yet. It's usually further in anyway. Who's giving these people healing magic? And dwarven arrows. For iron bows. Yeah. Loot's a bit weird at the moment. The dwarves in the Elder Scrolls are not like typical fantasy dwarves. Dwarves in this setting are essentially another kind of elf, the dwermer. And the dwermer have vanished. And I'm not sure if it's actually confirmed in the series or why they did. There was, in Morrowind, one dwermer who managed to survive. And he's like quest critical, but
Your presence here will not be
that was like a really awesome thing. Because I'm really fascinated by the dwermer, but I don't know anything about them. And I was any clues. Or something like that. But yeah, they vanished without a trace, and yeah. It'd be interesting to know why and where.
You're pathetic. I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
Great. Did we see where they draw that X? Got plenty of room. It's very hard to sneak around when I'm lit up like a Christmas tree, but case in point.
Now you will not pay.
There we are. I had walk mode on for some reason. So for some reason we haven't seen many ore veins. We're seeing a lot of ore in chests. What time are we on? Okay.
Hello. Who's there? Look out!
Oh, no, I just saw my health then. Not the best idea. In fact, do I have any... You know what? As a treat. Yeah, let's use... Let's use a blunt weapon and a two-handed one of that.
You to pieces. Let's get this over with.
Which is doing nothing because I'm not skilled. My person's an archer, so I need to stay. So at least they can't hit me with arrows, as I... Oh yes, they can now, mind. There's an arrow thrown into them as well. Oh, quite a few arrows. I don't think we're going to do that much, to be honest, so, Wasn't that from the house? So I don't think they're targeting just me. Good stuff. Yeah, around the time it wasn't very common to see like LGBT representation in games. Like Ultimate was a game that did it. It was like one of the, I think possibly one of the first openly games in RPGs. And that was before like fully 3D, you know. And that's like quite impressive for the time. Right, many of these people a leader. So we may have to face some sort of leader. Oh, great. Those spell scrolls are going to be coming quite handy soon, I think. Wait now. Health back, save the game again.
Who's there? Ow! Jump on my sword while you can!
This dungeon has a lot more layers to it than I originally anticipated. In fact, I think I know what the next skill I want to level up is, and that's going to be alchemy. Hello? This is interesting. Rusty iron short sword. Dead treasure hunter. Thruster, that's a first. Yeah, out of all the times I've passed this cave, or mine rather, never once have I actually bothered to investigate.
Who's there?
See, things like that take an effort. The devs just didn't just throw that in willy-nilly. I like that. That's one thing I like about Bethesda games, that for all their faults, and they are, you know, many and measurable, they know how to make a really good dungeon. They are like the textbook example of dungeon design. Because they ask themselves, like, what is the purpose of this dungeon? What was the purpose of this cave? How did this cave come about? Why does it exist here? What purpose does it have to be used for a hideout or a, you know, or like a watch post or whatever, you know? Why does this exist here? What's the story behind it? I like that. That's admirable. Now I've got to find my way up there. I don't know how.
Hello? Who's there? Guess it was nothing.
Oh, so I've got to go through the way I came in. Back up. Find my way there. But yeah, like for all my complaints of Bethesda, like, you know, at the end of the day, I couldn't do a better job. So when I talk about like competence and things like that, I'm not trying to be, you know, too harsh. Especially when, like, look, they're not going to watch this video. They've got much better use of their time to watch, you know. Never mind. I guess I'm not going. No, sorry. I've got to check, haven't you? Because you know all that loot. I want that loot at the end. How do I get to that little bit? Oh.
Showing your face was the last mistake you'll ever make.
You say that, but you haven't seen it yet. But yeah. So one of the good things is that now I've triggered the enemies, they're going to show me how to get there. Or either way, they're going to come to me. If they can. If I go this way. It's not a secret passage as far as I can tell. How does one get up there? Yeah, still counted as detected. Maybe there actually is no way up there. Short of parkour. But I can't do that yet, I'm not high enough for acrobatics. So... never mind. Doesn't matter. I'm going. Right. We'll go on our way to Skingrad, and I think... or we could go to the Imperial City again. Wrap up some quests there, maybe. Or could do a lot of dungeon crawling. But I need to offload want some of this loot. So I guess about skin red. Oh yeah, could maybe want skin red. Uncover some locations. Yeah. Well, let's wait some time so we've got some light. Or not. Oh, there's another mine over this way. Right, so we want to go on our way to Skin Red. Well, there's an interesting chap by the name of Glath here, who I hope to God we don't actually meet. But there's also a man there who can tell us about Nirnroot. Just hope I have a sample for him ready by the time I get there. Because have I got any Nirnroot on me? No, right, I need to get some. Walking to Skingrad is quite a pleasant experience because you get this beautiful colour scheme. I mean, besides the clouds and such. That's better. The bandits are pleasant, of course. Usually 2 bandits to a camp, but then again maybe the dog counted as the other member. Appears to be a settlement unless it's related to Kvatch. Look at that. Is that an Iliad well? There's some Iliad ruins. I wonder if this is what I think it is. Is this where there's some... Yes, I believe it is. I believe there's someone here we can help here. Should come from... Oh! Another punching enthusiast. This is a troll. Trolls are a pain in the ass. Because they can generate their health. Unless they set on fire. Yeah. So they are weak to fire. And they can't regenerate their health. Oops, there it is. But start eating some stuff that's going to help me out. The thing about trolls is they're very fast. See, they are not screwing around. Oh yep, see, it's just regenerated our health. Yeah. Troll fat is a very popular alchemical reagent. Oh, now then. This is even better than what I was expecting. So this Shetcombe farm. And the owner has gone missing. Now, I've only ever done this quest once. I'm really glad I've come across it because I've been looking for ages to find it again. I swear I was the only one who knew about this quest. Let's not sleep. Oh, we can just have a look. So I know you haven't like done the whole training skill thing, but that's okay. We can do it. We can miss it for one level. So I need to find a clue as to where this person has gone. So do they have a book out down the side of the bed? They do not. I think they're... Ah, there we are. Slythe's journal. I've come across a discarded page from a journal of a Slythe Serengi in the abandoned farmhouse near the ruins of Kvatch. It mentions some sort of pilgrimage to bring an offering of great value to something called the Sunken One. All signs point to Sandstone Cavern nearby. I should proceed there as I fear for Slythe's safety. As midnight approaches, I still watch the fires burn. The great city of man, Kvatch, lay in ruins. They didn't heed my words. They didn't listen to my voice. Now they are all paying the cost of ignorance. The Sunken One strikes swift and hard. He swaps those who oppose him as if they do not exist at all. The excuses of man fall upon deaf ears. The Sunken One has no pity. He has no mercy. He only sits below and passes sentence. And now, with a mighty stroke, he's toppled one of man's pitiful blights on his land. And yet, he still hungers. His appetite is voracious. Kvatch will not be the last city to fall by his hand. The world of man grows more and more corrupt as it angers him. Man's lies and deceit will be his undoing as the Sunken One grows impatient and no longer waits for or accepts the proper offering. The burden is mine to shoulder. I am the last of he who shakes the ground. If I do not bring him the offering, who knows what city may fall prey to his whim? Anvil, Corral? Or perhaps he will return his eyes to the greatest spoil of all, the great imperial city itself. No, I must not let that happen. I must get the offering to him like my father did before me. Man may be fallen in his eyes, but they must have time to learn of the Sunken One's teachings. Destroying man now would be a waste, when I am certain that given the chance, they will all come to see his ways. Yes, I will do this thing. I will be brave the depths of Sandstone Cavern to see him. My weapons will be my will and my word. The Sunken One will watch over me and guide me. I must depart soon, before it is too late. If anyone finds this page, let them know that I, Slythe Serengi, do this for the good of all men. Most interesting indeed. Let's then be on our way. He's left this massive field behind, which will serve us quite useful for our alchemical practices. First of all, I gotta. Oh shit, the freaking trolls there. Right, let's deal with this first. Oh, it's two. Right, great. Do I have any spell scrolls? No. Just to start off with it. So yeah, troll fat is quite heavy as well for a alchemical reagent. So this is the cave. The sunken one. If you manage to guess what this is a reference to, then all the more power to you. I will tell you later on, if you haven't quite got it. I mean, I won't know if you will or not. Yeah, so now is the time when we start facing bears. So now it's easy to kill. Their pelts bring fetch a pretty penny. But they are quite powerful those. Especially when they're level appropriate. They do a lot of damage. They're slow, but they do a lot of damage with those claws. Be careful because the sunken one is quite powerful. In fact, I believe the sunken one is just down this chasm here. No, that's not the sunken one. Oh Christ, of course. Ooh, nice bow of despair. A demoralize effect. It's not an effect I choose, but just one I'll take in the grand scheme of things. And well, to sell at least. Come across a second discarded page from Slide Syringe's journal. As I descend into the depths of Sandstone Cavern, I wonder to myself, why? Why would the sunken one test me so? Have I not been loyal? Have I not spread his word? Have I not obeyed his laws? This journey has been cruel and unfair. I've nearly been my end more than once. I don't know if I can make it to his home, but no. I cannot think this way. I must get there. I must see him. If I do not, then this world and man is doomed. I dare not tarry longer, as I do not wish to suffer his wrath. I must get the offering to him. We go further still. So there's a door there. First. Let's have another look around. Is there anything else in this place that we might want? Damn it. An arse kicking is what I really did. Oh my word, yep. What's that? On target. Let's hope I hit. was intended to do that originally. Use a bit of night eye to just have a look. So I can see a door there. I can see a troll there. If I need to, I can get rid of the bear pelt because it doesn't really fetch that good a price. Although that said, I could actually keep the bear pelts, but then again I can buy them if I wanted to use them for the thing I'm thinking of. Sneak attack damage was invaluable. I think the sunken one is down there. Where'd that troll go? Further certain there was the troll. Yeah, I'm really sorry if night eye puts you off. It's an incredibly useful tool. Oh dear. Oops. Sorry. Who's already dead? And now we have third part of the page. That there is the sunken one that you've just seen. Let's read the final. I am fallen. I failed. I will not reach him in time, and because of me, man is doomed. The creature jumped me without warning. Before I could dispatch it with my magic, it dealt me a mortal blow. Now, all of Tamriel will face wanton destruction and death. His wrath is unspeakable. Oh, lowercase h for his. His anger immense. Gavach was but a small amount of his true potential. All is lost. All hope is lost. The sunken one awakens soon. Man will feel his hunger. Sunken one, as it turns out, is a storm Antronic. Punch to the arse just like anybody else. That's it, we beat the game. We defeated the baddie. See, the thing is that the quest ends without, like, even telling you, like, to avenge him. It's just like, oh, yeah, like, you can just choose to actually sneak past the guy. But yeah, it was a sunken one, a storm Antronic who dwells here. And this boss, I believe that he was the the one who destroyed Kvatch. She was obviously wrong about, because that is the realm of Maywood's Dagon, not the sunken one. So this was like a reference to like Lovecraft. There's also like the Shadow of a Hackdirt quest when we go into Coral. Oh hello, base ring of firewall. Nice. Yeah. Nice. A base ring of sneak, I'll take that as well. So in Oblivion you can wear 2 rings and a necklace. Fire shield of resist fire, I don't know what the difference is. So, nice. There we go, so I've got a ring of sneak, that's super helpful. I think we've just about explored the entirety of the cave. I just need to find a way out now. So yeah, so the Shadow of Hackdirt is the reference to Shadow of Innsmouth. That's it. Nope, that's not going to do it. Okay, fine, ultra pants. Oh, I've got anything else that I could drop actually. Because the bear pelts would be handy. You will see why later. Or you might not, it depends. You can see how fast I'm going now as well, thanks to increase in speed, the speed stat rather. So yeah, so that's not the place I was thinking of. I think the place I'm actually thinking of is in Anvil. It's just another farm that needs your help. It's not the Odell farm either, it's another miscellaneous quest. So, where's the road? So we're going to Skingred, so we need to go this way. Perhaps we can learn some alchemy. Let's rely less on the torch and use some magicka. Now, was it this way we're going? Yes. Right. On the road again. And then I think, yeah, when we get to about Kvatch, no, Skingred, excuse me, I will have to call it quits because I need to go to bed soon. Early get up for me again, I'm afraid, again. I will add this location to my map because this is going to be a useful one to have. So, unfortunately we can't really do much here because this is like part of the Major Skull quest. Or is it? part of the, I guess, clan loot. There's a settlement over there as well. Which one though? But I don't want to bring the attention of the settlement to the goblins. I've seen Goblin Slayer. I know what happens. No, thankfully nothing so grim happens in Oblivion. So I think this is the place I was thinking of actually.
I wish I could be more hospitable, but I'm a bit distracted. It seems I'm having a bear problem and I just don't know what to do.
This is the one I was thinking of.
I've had attacks on my small flock of sheep lately. I was hoping that building a fence would solve the problem, but it hasn't helped at all. Then, one day when I was just about to step outside, I saw the culprits. A group of west-wheeled bears was dragging away a sheep carcass. There's no way I can fight those ferocious beasts off on my own. If you could thin the population a bit, they would probably leave the area. I'll tell you what. Kill 6 of the things, bring me their fangs as proof, and I'll reward you well. Please, you're my only hope.
Ethelred. Interesting name.
Imps. I hate 'em. Little buggers flitting around tossing fireballs at you. Damn bears. Going to run me out of Shardrock at this rate?
So, I will do as he asks, but first I need to rest up. So yeah, so Westwheel bears are like, I think brown bears, and they have fangs. I've got to find them. Nice, lots of them route here. Oh, there's a Daedric Shrine to see. So that's one of the bears. God, there's so much stuff around here because there's a shrine there. But I gotta find those bears before they kill the sheep, because otherwise then I don't get the rewards. Or as great a reward. To finish this quest though. So we didn't get the one down there, shit. Okay, might have to speed this one up a bit. I can calm an enemy by striking them with my dagger. some soul gems to... Oh. Just use the power stone. To be honest, I actually want to reload the save for that now. That's 1,000 gold that just cost me. Right. We will eventually end this episode. Quite big main route as well. Well, that 5 points of cold damage used to be impressive. It seems no longer. I've got to get a better healing spell than this. I'll make one. Oh wow, I've got 3 on me now. That's great. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Okay, endurance. Dig. Bound dagger, I don't think it's going to do much. Ah, okay. Well, that did nothing. Great fatigue. What other spells have we got? Got a whole lot. Great, okay. Just have to kite him and drain the health. Oh god damn. Am I still all the way back here? Okay, I think we're just going to do this one at a time. Could turn down the difficulty. Could do that. And I could level up. Problem is that if I level up, so do the enemies. Bears, they stun like hell. Gee, I'm trying to think of what other spells I might have. Absorb magic, ain't gonna be worth it. Flare. I have fear. Just go inside, wait, heal up. Just do that every single time. For an hour.
I feel much better now that you're here.
Except I can't do that because he's just gone outside. Okay. Let's see if this will work. I guess this guy's got an Oblivion key outside his house. bears are the least of his worries. He's got a bandit camp somewhere over there. He's got Iliad ruins over there. Yeah, it's paralyzed all the way. That's what a bear ass is out to play. So far, so good. Need to find the next bear. Down there. There's one there, there's one there. Oh goody, next to a flame action neck. Pull back before that thing sees me. But we're starting to see a lot more interesting Deidre. Which are considerably less punchable. And I'm going to need some more spells if I'm going to do that. At least that flame action hasn't seen me. For fuck's sake. I mean, how my strength has been drained because I've got a disease from a bear. Okay, do I have any potions of magicka? Endurance fatigue. Do I actually have a potion that will actually do anything for my disease? There we are. Well, that's something. You know, I would actually like to be able to go to bed early and go to work instead of doing this. But if I come back to this game and I see myself like this far into it, I would just be wondering like what the hell I'm actually doing. I mean, I often wonder that a lot. Why, you know, why do I get up and in the morning and I realise, oh yeah, so I can play the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. The greatest game that's been ever made and ever will be made. How many hit points am I on? Oh, minus 18 apparently. Great. I don't get it either. It's through the use of a potion that I'm still kept alive. I've still got 2 bears to deal with. 2. And this one. Oh dear. Yeah, we gotta wait a while for this one. Oh, that missed. Right. Unless I can hit it from here without it hitting me. No, the answer's no. It's amazing what man can achieve on low hit points. Wouldn't it be funny if we just went hand to hand? Wouldn't it? It'd be fucking hilarious. So who'd have thought that the hero of Kvatch, champion of Sword, would actually have any trouble with fucking bears, you know? I have faced unimaginable horrors from the very gates of hell themselves. And yet I cannot handle a single measly See, Marin's Dagon's got the wrong idea. He doesn't need Oblivion gates, he just needs bears. A countryside worth defending. And that is the perfect trap to lure in heroes such as myself. And that, dear viewer, is at long last that quest done.
I don't know where those bears came from or why they picked my place to attack, but you must drive them away. I can't believe it. You actually did it! Well, I hope this will eventually drive them away. There may be a few stragglers, but I think this should do it. Now, how about that reward I promised? The Imperial City is densely urbanized, with a few large parks and waterside dock areas. Come back and visit me anytime.
So the sheep are safe. And now we can go on our merry way. Or not. If you're wondering what'll happen if we leave the Oblivion Gates, nothing. Unless, like, the monsters run into quest givers or whatever. But even then, like, if they are essential quest givers, we won't fail. This is the Daedric Shrine, where the voice actor for Wonder Woman, sorry, the actor for Wonder Woman in the original TV show, plays the voice. This is Meridia.
All things speak with the voice of life, even the bones of the earth.
Havre Garveld Grimhammer. None of you are going to get that.
Life is a blessing, and death is not the end, but only when the spirit remains incorruptible.
What business do you have with Meridia, Lady of Infinite Energies? What we do is perfectly legal. Others have no right to interfere.
Okay.
The spark of life is within you, and you are welcome here at Meridia's shrine. It is possible she will speak to you, under certain conditions. Leave an offering at this shrine. Meridia demands tribute in the form of the remains of her enemies, the undead.
So, I
May
will
the
show
lady
you
guide your steps.
what this is. Oh, never mind. So we can, like, offer her, for example, like vampire dust. We can offer her. I'll just double check that way shrine and then we'll head off. We can offer her vampire dust. We can offer her bone meal. What other undead enemies are there? I think that's actually about it, really. Oh, there we are. Now we've got the blessing. Yeah, and then like she'll ask you to go on a quest. You do the quest, and you will get a Daedric artifact, or Daedric artifact. And these vary in quality, but for the most part they're nice to have. This is right on the road. Oh, nice. Scam. Oh yeah, they also have like a small sum of gold ones in those as well. Those scamp skins, at least in the Oblivion, sorry, in the Xbox 360 version, they say they weigh 1, but they actually weigh 2. Just thought you might need to know that. So, I apologise for how... So I apologise, this has been a really... lengthy episode. We've got a whole lot. You know what? I'm gonna tag this shrine, I'm gonna lead these guys to the bandits. The death music is gonna keep on playing. Great. In fact, I think the bandits are actually looking for the Daedra. In fact, let's watch it. What are the odds? Nice. Nothing valuable. Yes, this is the illustrious city of Skingrad. This is the one city where the guards wear steel armour. For reasons I'm not entirely sure, I think there was a theory about like the Count of Skingrad, needing it to protect against him, but hey, why would the guards need to protect against their own count, right? Who knows? Perhaps we'll find out later. Perhaps we might meet the man and he can tell us himself. Perhaps we might do a few quests for him. We'll see. So yeah, this is the city of Skingrad. Notice the flag, that might give you a bit of a clue. Steel armor, there you go. So, I need to find a gentleman who can help me with the skill of alchemy. And he might well do, in the little time that we have.
What is it? A coin for an old beggar?
Westfield Inn.
How are you today?
Greetings to you.
I bought...
Welcome to the Westweald Inn. I'm Irina Giranus, the proprietor. If you'd like food or a bed, speak to me.
Giranus.
Count Skingrad has ruled here all my life. The county is quiet and prosperous. In the old days, the Colovian estates were always in the thick of some war or rebellion. But that's ancient history.
Has the Count really been here for so long?
You too.
I'm Elsie Godhater. Yes, I hate the gods, all gods. They can all bite my garters. And if you don't like it, you can bite my garters too. Ask me what I think about chapels.
Oh.
The gods don't do a damn thing. Do they even exist? How could anyone tell? Daedra lords, sure. They exist. They do things. Bad things mostly, but things you can see. The gods? They don't do a damn thing. So why do we build big chapels and sit around and mumble and ask them to save us from this and that? It's stupid. And chapels and priests and folks groveling on their knees? They're stupid too. I've had about enough of Sir Lazar. He thinks he's so much better than everyone else.
Oh, very familiar.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Maglair. We'll get to know Maglair later. This is Sindarian.
Welcome to my home underground.
Who has his
What
own
can I do for you today?
questlines.
You here to bring me some Nernroot?
Oh.
Yes, Nernroot. Haven't seen any yet? It appears as a slightly glowing shoot that grows right out of the ground. A few years ago, an adventurer not unlike yourself sold me a musty old tome containing alchemical formulas. Most of them were worthless. But one of the moldy pages contained a recipe for a potion known as an elixir of exploration, a sort of ultimate dungeon delver's brew. The formula looked sound, except it required an extremely rare ingredient. Yes, you guessed it, the Nernroot. I put the book aside, because frankly, I had so many other delicate experiments going on that I just didn't have the time to go plant hunting. Now that you're here, that changes things. The Elixir of Exploration is a multi-purpose potion that was obviously created with the Dungeon Explorer in mind. The formula describes many magnitudes of the brew. If you're interested, I wrote a short missive about it for the Imperial Alchemy Symposium. You bring me 10 samples of Nernroot, and I'll make the elixir available to you at a huge discount as well as give you one for free. The best place for you to start would be Shade Leaf Copse, which is a part of the great forest northeast of here. Good luck, and hurry back with more of the Nern root.
So, Sindarian will eventually want you to get like several hundred. No,
How
not several
goes the
hundred, sorry,
search?
like he'll get you like several dozen of this stuff.
Let's do business.
There's a fair bit of money that I can use to trade with. That's good. That's good. Get some stuff. I'll go to 64. Will they go higher? Yes, he will. Will they go higher than that?
You got that?
Let's try and sell the most expensive stuff. See, no one will buy Nern root, so you have to kinda
You got a great,
give it to Sindarian.
an excellent bar. A good, a fine. That's that. A pleasure to serve you. The Fighters Guild is recruiting again. If you need to know more about the Nern route, read the missive. You don't seem to have enough.
Okay, fine,
Be careful in Shade Leaf Copse. No telling what else resides there besides the Nern route.
I think it's Spriggans.
How goes it?
Do you want something from me?
Yeah, I need to find a trainer. But I'd have to join a guild unless there's someone you can see.
Welcome to Colovian Traders, Skingrad's finest selection of general merchandise. I'm Gunder. Just let me know what you want. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all...
Let's start with the dagger enemy. Okay, let's go a bit higher. Okay.
I can't afford to do...
Okay. And every time we fail to haggle properly,
An excellent bargain.
his disposition drops a bit.
You've made a good bit of gold. That seems a fair price.
Don't need that scroll anymore. Don't need that one. Oh yeah, don't want the spell. I don't want those anymore anyway. So now we're starting to get a bit of gold in our pockets. Now that the amount of chests is
Thank you.
increased.
I like Skingrad just fine. Folks are a little quiet by Skyrim standards, but they're friendly and loyal when they get to know you. Good day. Go ahead, please.
Does he know any
I think
rumors?
Bernadette Pinellas seems like a nice woman. I know she works tirelessly over at the Tamika Vineyards. Bye.
Yes? I like the Two Sisters Lodge, and Mog does a good job running the place. She and her sister are both fine people.
Are you just saying that because you both have the
Good day.
same voice actor? Because that sounds like an orcish name. I think this is the person who's very funny. Yes. We'll end on a very funny note.
Me? I'm Falano. House Lalo. As if that matters here.
We can to confirm. She's of House Lalu.
Makes you think I'd know anything about that? But it just so happens I've run into some sanguine worshippers up in the Imperial Reserve, a long way northwest of Skingrad. Can't give you any better directions, unfortunately. Traveled mostly at night with a guide and didn't see much on the way.
Okay.
Good luck with your field work for Sindarian.
So, before I met Sindarian, you could speak to alchemists about known route and say, I don't recognise this route, but there is an alchemist called Sindarian who might.
Mag Gromogach runs a fine establishment at the Two Sisters Lodge. And her sister has some quality horses. I'm the only alchemist in Skingrad. Not much business here, but I can't go back to Morrowind. It's just like anywhere else in the Empire. By the way, do you happen to know what the fine is here in Cyrodiil for necrophilia? Just asking.
Excuse me, I have no idea. Is this the first offence?
Let's assume... no. That's nothing compared to Morrowind, thanks. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
The thing is, Skingrad does have a bit of an undeath problem. So, it's... I guess it's okay to ask.
Bye.
I mean, put it this way. You might want to know that if you want to consider marrying into the...
Not so loud, please. What a headache I've got. I'm Agnet the Smith.
Count's family.
The Pickled, they call me. Sure wish I was pickled right now. Well, the local wine is great. It isn't cheap. But I don't bother with beer or ale anymore. And for a Nord, that's saying something. Farewell.
Actually, do I have anything else I need to sell? Bow to spare.
What can I... May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Yeah, let's just get rid of it. We've seen
That seems a fair price.
a dagger of pacification now, so...
That's a fair deal. Come back and... Take care.
I need to find some trainers, though. Where can I find a skill trainer so I can rest up? The temple. I can learn restoration skills. Gotta watch out for crazy people around here. Still thrown off of that question.
I'm Valandra Sabur, Primate of Julianus. You may address me as Your Eminence. A primate has better things to do than provide tourist information. Beggars have plenty of time on their hands. I'm sure you'll have much in common. You too.
Hello. We haven't met, have we? I'm Sister Marie Paliella, a chapel healer and trainer in the restoration arts. Pay attention and you can learn a lot. Let's see if we can... Knowledge is the key. Good that you... I'm willing to... There's much I can show you. The town is very nice, but I advise you to get out and see the countryside. The vineyards and farms, pastures and sheepfolds. Lovely mountain country.
I mean, what in Oblivion isn't?
The town. Thaddeus Calidia sure can use a shield. I've never seen him take a hit. Goodbye.
Blessings of the Nine. My name is Tumendil. I'm the chapel priest. I'm sure you can find your way around the chapel by yourself. The Chapel of Julianus is always open for worship and contemplation. Perhaps you should speak to Marie Paliel, our healer and restoration trainer.
Thank you very much, and I can buy spells.
Have a look
from her.
around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
That's actually a good spell to have. Heal on target. Cure poison, cure paralysis. And touch. Oh, great spell. That's a good one to have, but I can't afford it. Or I can just afford it by 1 gold piece. Heal greater wounds, but I don't have enough magicka to do it. Yeah. 2,000 gold, I thought 2,000 magicka. Never mind. Turn dead is not going to be that useful to me.
A pleasure to serve you. Goodbye.
So, let's find an inn. Stop. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. It's catching up. Nah!
Seems you've bloodied your knuckles a few times.
He's still here, okay. Is he gonna chase me or what?
Over here! We can't talk here. Too public. Meet me behind the great chapel at midnight. Don't let anyone follow you. I'll make it worth your while. You fool! You'll ruin everything. We can't be seen talking together. No. I don't know the way to the Imperial City. You'll have to ask someone else.
See, that's the first time I've ever heard a bad voice actor actually like be purposefully bad at voice acting and still be bad at being bad. Yeah, I don't get it either.
What is it now?
I say that a lot. I do apologise. I also apologise a lot for that. I apologise.
Yes? I don't mean to gossip, but he is more than a bit strange.
Oh.
I don't mean to gossip, but he is more than a bit strange. However, he's always been tolerated as a town eccentric. I have a lovely room on the corner if you're interested. It's 20 gold for a night. Excellent. I'm sure you'll be quite satisfied. Go upstairs and look for the door on the right at the end of the hall. Sleep well. Bye.
Good evening.
Let's have a rest. Let's level up. And let's have a read of the book that we were given earlier. Oh, not that one. What was the book that was given earlier? Had hand skills increased. Nice.
A little bird told me that you've been asking around town about Glarther, a resident eccentric. I'd like to know why. Let me give you some advice. Glarther is crazy. So far, harmless crazy. But I keep an eye on him because it's my job to. You don't want to get involved with him. I don't care how much he's paying you, it isn't worth it. Like I said, he's crazy. Since you're courteous enough to tell the truth, I'll do the same by trusting you to talk to a guard if he asks you to do anything strange.
There is a very funny song about Glarther being crazy. I do strongly recommend looking it up. It's very funny. There's quite a few like songs about Glarther's craziness. Yeah, that's like Captain Dion, Captain of the Guard. Oh, we've got another level up due as well. Can't level up. Because I have to train up and use up all that gold that we're getting. Because we will eventually reach the point where we just have too much gold. We can't get rid of it fast enough. 10. It might be worth finding out where Nocturnal Shrine is, so then we can get the skeleton. Well, so we can get something useful. Shan't spoil it just yet. And with that, I think I'm going to have to call it quits. So thank you for watching. Take care, and ta-ta for now.